All right, welcome back to my channel. My name is Dana. This is Dynamite Reads. So today's video is all about my bookshelf. So there's gonna be a video of past Dana who got a second bookshelf, and it's gonna be me rearranging my bookshelf, and at the end future Dana will pop back in and kind of give a mini tour of my bookshelves. The reason this is so late posting is because I initially lost this video when I transferred it off of the camera onto the computer. It got put in the wrong spot and we couldn't find it for the longest time. My boyfriend found it though, so because you can only like rearrange it with a brand new bookshelf one time, right? I mean, maybe not. It wouldn't be the same. Anyway, so I'm not sure how well this is going to transition into past Dana, so here we go. Today I got a new bookshelf from my parents. It was a very late birthday gift. They just gave me the money and said just buy one. It does sit back a little bit further than this bookshelf, which kind of annoys me, but it's too much to deal with. It's fine. And I have a lot of books that I kind of want to spread out a little bit more, because this shelf, my Wheel of Time shelf, is kind of, you can barely see it. It's like bowing a little bit. There's also books stacked behind those books. So we'll figure out what to do, because I also have several boxes of books. A lot of them are actually textbooks, so those will probably go on the bottom. We'll see how it goes. I'm gonna fast forward this video. That way it's not, several hours long and super boring for you, but you get to see the before and the after. And I might pause here and there to comment on a book or something. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Enjoy. So these are my Avatar graphic novels. They're so amazing. I finally got the fourth one, although North and South, it was not available in the hardback like I want, because these have the annotations on the side from the creators and like writer of the show or whatnot, and I love these little nuggets of information. And then it also has like how they did the artwork and stuff in the back. But I have loaned the first one out, The Promise, to a coworker. So that shelf barely fit my graphic novels and comics with the Rock'em Sock'em robots. So those guys are probably gonna go back on top like they have been. These, I don't know what I'm gonna do with, because they're my boyfriend's and got a lot of aerospace engineering type textbooks and stuff, so we'll figure it out. So I'm trying to figure out how I want to do this, because I have my Wheel of Time books stacked vertically. Yeah, words are hard. I'm trying to decide how I want to do my other fantasy probably going to reorganize this multiple times. Actually, it's really hot. 1 second. Back to our regularly scheduled program. Words are hard. There are so many times when I'm narrating audiobooks that there are words that I can't say. Even though I know how they sound and I can usually say them, can't do it. Anyway, onward. Look at that Wheel of Time shelf. I also have the Sword of Truth series behind the Wheel of Time because they are bad boys. They are in timeout. I started the first book years and years and years ago. Never really got into it. But since then, my boyfriend got into the series by a recommendation for a friend, and he took forever to read them. He had to like really keep going, which I wouldn't. If I'm not into a book, I'd DNF it. But we, being ignorant of Terry Goodkind, did not realize that he claims he has not gleaned any influence or anything from Wheel of Time, but there's a lot of similarities, and there's a lot of he's been kind of rude in interviews, and if you want to know more about, want to hear like an actual Terry Goodkind rant, go to Daniel Green's channel. I'll link the video in the description where he talks about why Terry Goodkind is controversial. But I never got into the series in the first place. My boyfriend read it and took him forever. But Wheel of Time, he is plowing through those books, and they are so good. He's trying to work his way through the slog right now, which is like 3 or 4 books, I think, where it's just really repetitive, and which is the books weren't all coming out at the same time. Like, we didn't have access to all of the books when they were being written, and there was years between releases, so a little reminder was good for those who hadn't read it. But if you're going just like straight through the books, it gets a little repetitive. Like, I think the book now that he's reading, the prologue was so long, and it was basically the ending of the last book, but other characters' views who were not in the end of the last book. So we'll see how I do with those. I'm on book 3. I paused it to read another book that I got in the mail and was way too excited to wait. But I still love it. But unlike my boyfriend who likes to plow straight through a series, I am trying to space myself and read books between this series. So let me know in the comments if you have to just like plow through a series, or if you're okay staggering it a bit with books in between. My boyfriend's afraid he's gonna forget stuff, but I don't know. I like to journal or highlight, like underline and annotate books, so it's not really an issue for me. But yeah, Terry Goodkind's in timeout. I'm so sad. This isn't gonna fit there. I kind of want the front of this Dune to show, because it's such a gorgeous cover. So I'm thinking this guy was already behind the other books. So Hunters of Dune is going to have to go behind them. That way, my gorgeous edition of the first book, just Dune, is visible. Because, man, I love that cover. This was also a book I bought recently. One of the collector's Barnes & Noble editions, because I really want to read The Count of Monte Cristo, but I have not yet. But I have it for when I get around to it. My boyfriend, who knows some French, says it doesn't count as reading the book unless you read it in French. Guess I have to get the French edition too. So, just by spreading out all of the books on one bookshelf, I am not going to have room. At least, well, because I want some of the good, like, really pretty additions to face forward so you can see the covers, because The Rage of Dragons has an awesome cover, Dune has an awesome cover, and I kind of want to, like, display the book of them Once Upon a Book Club box. I don't know. If I sit here, you want to be able to see it anyway. Maybe I'll put it up there with my comics, because I thought about putting Harry Potter up there, but they're not very pretty editions. They're hardcovers, but they don't have their dust jackets. It's my boyfriend's copy of the series, because I didn't have one growing up because I was not allowed to read it. And he doesn't have the dust jackets for it, and I looked into buying them, and they cost just as much as buying another series. So that's something that's going to have to be put on hold. We'll see. I also need to hang my novelog poster still, which I did an unboxing for, and I mentioned in that video I was gonna put it there, but then I got another bookcase, and I also have this really cool Wolverine poster from the movie Logan that I really need to get a frame for and hang it, because it's starting to get crinkled, and it's a really cool artwork. So I gotta figure out what to do. I also plan on getting the second era Mistborn, which is going to take up this much, and then I need another one like this. Okay. I kind of want this book to face forward too. It's my special 30th edition of Hatchet that I got for my 30th birthday, but these little comic books are gonna go on the shelf behind my camera, because they're just cute little comics. I have a whole stack of Michael Crichton that I need to get through. I love Jurassic Park. The Andromeda Strain. I listened to an audiobook before I got these. I got these at a $5 bag of book sale. And then we listened to Dragon Teeth too. But need to figure out where I want these. Because he needs to go with sci-fi. But see, I haven't even been able to face any of these books forward for the covers that I like. So I think what I'm going to do is stick Harry Potter on this bottom shelf, as well as the one book we have in the Aragon series, because we had the, I didn't have them, my boyfriend had them, but apparently he only has one of them right now. I guess something happened to the rest of them. We need to get that series. And then I have the Animorphs, just bits and pieces here and there that I'm trying to pick them up as I find them at book sales. I don't have Aragon or any of the others. Super dumb. Maybe I'll donate this one and then just buy the rest of the series. That way we don't have two of these. And see, this is what I mean by not having dust jackets for Harry Potter. So, and since they're not super pretty like the other editions and stuff, I don't have these prominently displayed. Plus, I feel like literally every single booktuber has Harry Potter displayed. We've all read Harry Potter. It's fine. Display other books like Wheel of Time. Where is Steve gonna go though? I don't want to put him on the bottom shelf. But he also doesn't fit in with like fantasy and sci-fi. I think he's gonna go there for now, and then I'll change my mind at some point and figure out what I want to do, because I have this little space right here that will fill up very quickly, and then a little bit of space down on this bottom shelf, and that's all the room I have. I haven't even gotten to these huge boxes. Look at them. Look at those boxes. And then I still have these books. And then I don't know what I'm gonna do. So yeah, I just got a little bit of space right there. And then a little bit of space with Warbreaker. How is it gonna look whenever I sit here for videos though? I don't know what I want to do. I mean, I love both of these books. Maybe I'll turn Monte Cristo inward and only have Jurassic Park showing. Because while we have the Foundation trilogy and a really beat up old one, I want to get the rest of Asimov's books, but I'm gonna have an Asimov shelf too at some point. He's just not priority right now, and I have not read this. My boyfriend has and loved it, but there's a specific order if you look for it online in order of which to read his books. So I don't want to read this yet. I want to read his other books in the order that he recommends reading them. I have so many books I want to read and just don't have the time. I also didn't know what I wanted to do with my Slayer series. This duology, it's set in the Buffyverse. I had my Buffy comics with it. Oh, I'm wearing Buffy also, Sunnydale High. But they got moved over here, which some of my comics are out on loan as well. So once I get all of the books back that I've loaned out to people, I'm not gonna have room. I'm just laughing as I'm going through my boyfriend's books. The Intelligent Investor, which he finds fascinating. I'm sure one of our friends also finds it an interesting read. I am not into business financial books, but my boyfriend is. I can't bear to read them. Oh, because of Winn-Dixie. That has to go up here. Man. It's gonna sit on top for now. So, hold on. I'm gonna show you these books. So this whole box is literally textbooks. Hold on. I'm gonna just start and flip this camera. So we've got Orbital Mechanics. That one's one of mine, because my major was biology in my sociology textbook, so some of them are my textbooks. Aircraft design. Ooh, also, I have all of these books too. So, no room. And then I have all these games up top that I was thinking I was gonna have more room than I did, and that I could put them on the shelf, because I didn't think I thought I was gonna have way more space than I did. Okay, so if you've stuck with me through the rearranging, hopefully that was a smooth transition. If not, still need a book too, we'll blame it on that. So now I am going to show you how I ended up rearranging the bookshelves and do like a mini bookshelf tour, because I've also gotten new books since then. So here we go. So up here is going to be kind of a hodgepodge, kind of a mess right now still. Of course, my Rock'em, well, not mine, my boyfriend's Rock'em Sock'em Robots. Shakespeare, Star Wars, it's like, what are they called? The Barnes & Noble editions. So like nice editions of books, except Slayer and Chosen, they really should be down with YA. I don't know why I put them there, and Steve and Me is nonfiction. They're just kind of hanging out there until I know where I want to put them. These are two new books I got, at a local bookshop. This is a first edition of In Cold Blood. As you can see, it's kind of tattered, but still it's first edition. And then Jane Eyre is was a cool find because... So Jane Eyre was a really cool find because this is a vintage, like, 1943 edition. And then there's this little snippet in there. Because of the acute shortage of regular book cloth under wartime rationing, this book is bound in leatherette, a sturdy paper fabric especially designed for this purpose. So that's a really cool insight to the time. and it makes me wonder, like, who bought this book first and, like, how many hands it's been in. So that's why I got that. It was super cheap, like 15 bucks or something. So yeah, that's that top shelf. This shelf is Wheel of Time, and Lord of the Rings. Some cute little patches. Terry Goodkind is in the back to think about what he did. I think I talked about that when rearranging the bookshelves as to why they sit in the back. Not a huge fan of Terry Goodkind. But yeah, whatever. Wheel of Time. I am about to start book 3. My boyfriend has finished them all. He's currently reading To Sleep in a Sea of Stars, which just came out by Christopher Paolini. So excited to read that. Here is my science fiction, and then some nonfiction by like Neil deGrasse Tyson, Bill Nye, and Stephen Hawking. Are there any books behind this one? No. Some really old stuff. But yeah, so lots, some sci-fi for you. Next is my cozy mysteries. I've talked about my cozies before. Apparently people really liked that because that's my most viewed video. I do have a new one, a Deadly Insight Scoop, which I'm really excited to read. I just haven't gotten there yet because I'm currently reading some Brandon Sanderson. Ellie Alexander and London Levitt are probably my favorites out of these. Yeah. So then this bottom shelf is kind of like grungy books that have lost their covers. And like some books that I got at a bag of book sale that I am sort of hoarding, hope like if one day I have kids they can read these. Not the most pretty books, so they're down here in the bottom. And on this bottom shelf it's the same thing, like they're not our prettiest. Lots of Michael Crichton. There's some books back beneath there, or not beneath, behind there. And just some other bits and pieces that we've kind of gathered over time. Here is my YA, I guess, and some romance, a little bit of romance in there. Let me zoom. I plan on doing a videos with these 2 books. They're really great nonfiction books, as far as sexual health. Lots of John Green and Hank. This Waste of Time right here. Ugh. If you've seen my if you've seen my review on it, you know how I feel about that. These 3 books are from my Once Upon a Book Club box club. Or, that sounded weird, my Once Upon a Book Club subscription. This little cup came with it, and this little thing as well, locket. Then you can see a couple other, like some classics, and Hatchet. Hatchet was one of my favorite books as a kid. And then a coworker got me the 30th edition for my 30th birthday. That was really cool. Up here is some fantasy and sci-fi. I guess Dune should be on the other side because I was continuing the genre across the shelves to make it, I don't know. Anyway, got our nice edition of Dune and Game of Thrones. I think there's another Dune back there that was too big to fit there. Next shelf is more fantasy. I'm reading The Way of Kings right now, and it'll go right here when it's done, because I'm not reading this edition. I'm reading the larger paperback one. I loved both of these. I have reviews for both of these. Mistborn I read before I started a booktube channel, so I don't have any reviews on it, but I love the series. Warbreaker I read recently and need to review. I've read Name of the Wind and I loved it, and I heard The Wise Man's Fear wasn't as good, and I just have been putting off reading it because I've had other things to read. Behind here is The Blade itself. have not continued the other books. This book was really hyped up on BookTube, and I liked it, but just not as much as, other things. Then this top shelf is all of my Avatar graphic novels. I love these so much. I'm missing one. There's one more, and then Korra has a second one coming out soon. Umbrella Academy, I just have the first graphic novel. I need the second. Buffy the Vampire Slayer, possibly one of my most favorite shows. Someone's borrowing the first one right now, and I don't have all of them yet. Slowly getting them as I have spare money, because I don't want to buy them all at once, because some of them you can find them pretty cheap for like $5, and some are like 20. So graphic novels, comics, manga, and Once Upon a Book Club box. And then we have the International Space Station, which my boyfriend and I put together. Over here is my novelog, which I have a video about. I haven't made any progress on it yet. I'm gonna reread Dune before the movie comes out. And then I've read a lot of these books, but I don't want to mark them off yet because I haven't read them in so long that I want to reread them. Know what I mean? So there's that. Some stuff from the book club box that I just haven't put away yet. The boxes for the book club box. These are some more classics, things like that, that are a little more worn. Down here is a mess. Boxes, and then excuse me, and then some books of Dan's, some language stuff, engineering stuff. He's an aerospace engineer, composite stuff. Need to find somewhere for Logan to go. But I also have a bookshelf in the closet over here, and then in our bedroom and in the guest bedroom, those have more nonfiction and sort of self-help books type stuff, and they just don't have a place here. These, I just don't know what I want to do with them yet. That's why it's kind of a mess. So it has kind of changed a little bit from when I recorded the video when I first got the bookshelf, and it's so hard to believe that I had all of this on one bookshelf. It was kind of bowing under all the weight. And then just a quick glance around the rest of the room. This is pictures of me and my boyfriend and family stuff. One of those type of things. I don't know what you call it, but I have my sound deadening panels on the back for when I record audiobooks or book. I'm still on my first one. So I just moved this over here to sort of have some sound deadening behind me. It is a little bit of a mess right now because we got a new monitor in that literally just set up, so there's kind of trash and stuff everywhere. My boyfriend is working from home. He has been since March, so he's got his mobile standing desk and cushy chair. This is new as well. I had been recording my audio book on my laptop, but it wasn't holding the audio long enough. It wasn't, it was dropping the audio. It couldn't keep up. So we dusted off my boyfriend's old desktop computer, which is his gaming one, but he's since built a different one. I need to do a better job with these sound deadening panels because this computer is very loud. So we're probably going to build a little contraption around it to attach the panels to, because we have some plywood and stuff. So there you have it. That is my bookshelf. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know if you've read any of these books, like Wheel of Time, or what you want more of, like more videos of. So thank you for sticking around if you did this long. I know it was probably a long video, but hopefully with it sped up through some of the rearranging, it's a lot shorter. And have you read any of these books? Any of these books stand out as some of your favorites? Let me know down below. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter, and I will see you guys next time.